Hey guys, Stoic here. Alright, so I think I've got my furnace room all basically finished up. The only thing I have yet to do, you can still see some ice there behind me. I still got my chest in place, so we've still got to finish up our sorting room, which is eventually where that furnace array will go. But you see my other side is clicking away here. That's my XP farm being fed by the bamboo farm and the cactus farm. So we're plugging away over there as well. Today we're going to go ahead and do a sugar farm. We're going to finish up the series of 3 farms that El Mango put out that I told you about. Great farm, very compact. I want to get rid of all that sugar cane that I have lining my pathways over the other side of my base. And we'll go ahead and pull that out once we get done with this farm. And eventually it'll feed our sorting system as well. We're going to use it obviously to make a ton of paper to level up our villagers and find out what all our trades are. I still have not gotten I've gotten some of them maxed out, but I'd like to get them all done so I can start sorting out the ones that don't have valuable trades, bring in new villagers if needed, so that I can maximize the space in my trading hall. I'm going to go ahead and turn around here on my camera and kind of show you this room. So you saw this was all pretty much done when we started this, but we've since cleaned all this up, added some lighting, and looks very similar to our trading hall, kind of sticking with the same theme we have on the rest of the base. We drop our items in here, smelt away over here. I'm getting some glass done for the sorting system, as well as some more decoration brick for some I got some stone cobblestone I'm smelting, as well as some stone brick I'm smelting into cracked stone brick. I can continue this throughout the base. This is just an access to get back to where our droppers are getting rid of the excess dye that this is producing. But so one of the things I want to show you, this has been running for quite some time. You see I've already got 70 levels of XP. I have used a couple of these one time, but you'll notice that my shovel is a little ways down. So this is the great thing about having this, is I've got mending on all my tools. I don't have it on my bow because I have infinity on my bow, but I do have it on all my tools and my armor. And if you look at my armor, it's in pretty good shape. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the XP out of some of these furnaces. So we're going to flip all of these switches down, and that's going to keep it from dropping the item. You'll see here the green dials stay in here instead of dropping out. Okay, and that's going to allow me to take out all the XP that's been banked in these furnaces. All right, and make sure on your armor, if whatever you're wearing, if it's got mending on it, it'll heal up. But your tools will only heal if you're holding them in your hand. Okay, so let's see here. So if I go ahead and click on this one, I pull this out. You see I've got 70 as my XP level. Now I've got 89. Okay, we'll go down here to the next one. And I've got well, actually I had more than 89. Got 104 now. 116. 127. 137. Look at my shovel and my axe, completely healed up. So actually I'm going to go ahead and switch. I'm going to take this back out, and we'll get a little bit on our sword and our pickaxe here. Take that out, and I'll jump up to 147, just like that. Okay, and everything's all healed up too. So that is the nice thing about having the XP farm, not to mention the XP itself for enchanting, naming items, things like that we're going to need it for. Okay, and then we just turn this back on and it starts kicking the green dye back out. That is essentially how this is going to work for us. So it just sits there and runs and collects XP, and we can withdraw it whenever we want. So the only thing I got left to do in this room is, once we get our sorting system done, I will drop our items out of these hoppers straight down into, well, they'll extend out here just like our dropper over here does. Drop down into our sorting tunnel, and then I'll block this in. But right now we're still collecting it in this hopper. So let's go ahead and check out the sorting room, because guys, I've gotten a long way. So I think last time I saw you, I still had a ton of chests to put in. And of course, all the hoppers. Well, I actually have all the chests in. You can see clear down there. I have all the hoppers in. And I've even gotten all my beam structure that I'm going to use for decoration, basically. I've gotten all the stairs. Yeah, we got some buddies spawning in here. Still got some lighting to do. And then yeah, still got some lighting to do, but got all these stairs put in all the way around. So that is why you saw so much glass in my smelting room there, because basically all I've got left to do before we can do our to finish up the bones of this before we can get started on our video is I need to extend this glass with, you know, that's going to carry have our water channels, carries our items all the way around this. I need to extend it obviously all the way around. Glass is not going to be a problem. Probably the thing that's going to take me the longest is getting the ice. I think I told you that all I'm doing right now is up on top of the mountain over there, the other side over here. Let's see here. Yeah, that mountain over there. All I'm doing is basically I have a hole dug in the ground that has 45 blocks worth. I fill it full of water, let it freeze, and I silk touch it. So I grab my silk touch pickaxe and pick it out, and then I put water back, and I just keep doing that over and over again. 45 blocks of ice is worth 5 blocks of packed ice, so it's taking a little bit of time to do that, but I just try and make sure I stay on it as it freezes up. So otherwise, that is what I've been working on mostly, is just, like I said, the furnace room, and then getting it kind of finalized and decorated, and then lots and lots of trees. That took a lot of chests to do that room. So, you know, I'm hoping, I'm not sure, but I'm hoping next episode maybe we can go ahead and start setting up the initial parts of our sorting room, at least starting to show the redstone and how that works and how I'm going to set that up. I've got actually all the redstone pieces ready to go, all my comparators, all my repeaters, all my torches, redstone torches, all of that I've got ready, and it's just a matter of getting the glass and the ice done. So alright, so today we're going to start on this sugarcane farm. I'm actually going to go ahead and turn these off just in case we got to deal with the noise from them. So, because they can be a little bit loud if you're standing right next to them. You'll notice I've got a new buddy inside my bamboo farm here. And he's not going to ever go anywhere because, as you can see, he's got a piece of bamboo in his hand. But he doesn't do any harm, so I just kind of wave at him as I come through. Maybe one of these days I'll decide to get him out of there, but he's not really concerning. So, all right, so let's go ahead and grab the stuff we need to get our sugarcane farm today. Now, the difference between this farm and the others is that I am not going to be dropping it down my hole. It is ready. You can see the water down there. It's channeling over to our sorting system tunnel. But I am not going to be tying that in today because I don't have any way of sorting it out. It would just start filling all my chests over there, which wouldn't be necessarily a big deal, I guess. At least it'd be close. But for now, since we're so close on the sorting system, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to sort this in. We're going to collect this in a chest. And then I'll worry about removing that chest and putting a dropper system in like we did for our cactus underneath this pad. Later on so that we can collect it over in our sorting room. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started building this. So we're going to start off. This is going to be where our material drops in, so we need to come back one. So right here, we're going to, this is going to be the center. There's going to be the dirt blocks that are going back and forth on these three. So we're going to put our piston here. I'm going to put these here, 1, 2, 3. So I can step up, and we'll get that there and that there. I guess I didn't need that one. I guess I didn't. So take these out. Okay, and throw our dirt blocks in here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to throw a dirt block in here just so I don't have to worry about falling in that hole. Because I know it will happen. So it's just, whoops. I gotta get control of my fingers here. There we go. Alright, and then what we're gonna do is grab a structural block underneath here. We'll grab our redstone torches here. And then we'll come out in front of those like this. Grab yourself something to stand on and a couple redstone dust. Throw those up there. Okay. Next, what we want to do is take our, oops, wrong one. Take our regular pistons. Throw one there. And then what we'll do is we'll throw a block on top of it. I didn't think that through. We'll do the same thing over here. Okay. And then we'll throw a block on top of it. Look at that. Okay, come back here. And we'll do the same thing right here. Okay, then come over here and break this one out. There we go, and that'll shut it off. Hopefully you guys can hear all that with that noise. Okay, and then what we want to do though, I'm going to throw blocks, let's see here. Probably the best way to do this is count this off here. So we want a block that'll extend in here. So we want our block to normally sit here. Here. Then we want our piston here. So we'll do this at the right height. And then, okay, grab a sticky piston and a block. Grab your lever and put it right here. Okay, now this is what's going to allow you to turn it on and off. Get rid of this. Pretty slick. Okay. Looks like it's working okay. Alright. So, now what we want to do is I'm going to go ahead and put down some chests here. Okay, so that we can then come up here, grab a hopper, and then we want to come up one more, okay, because we're going to have our sugar cane here, which I'll go ahead and put down. You can kind of see the height we're talking about. Let's see, get out of the way of it. Oh, what am I thinking? We got to put the water in first. You can't plant sugar cane without water. All right, so grab your structural block, and what we want to do is go like that, and then we'll come back around the other side. Oops. See if I can get up here. There we go. And then we'll take this one back out. And we'll grab some water. Throw it in there. Okay, now I should be able to put the sugar cane. So now you see that what we're going to do is we'll have a piston that breaks this off. And you want to make sure that, you know, it's not breaking off this bottom one. So we want it level with the top of this sugar cane block. When this pops up, the piston will break it and pop it into here. And we'll enclose some of this when we get done. All right, so let's grab, get rid of this, grab our, grab our piston, grab actually an observer. Okay, and what we'll have to do is we have to come up. So those are temporary blocks, just so we can place our piston. And then on top of it, if I get up here, all right, we're going to place a observer facing down. And then this is the fun part. I think I'm just going to go ahead and place some blocks. So we'll take these out. And then we'll come down here just so I can face the right direction. Let me grab that hopper. Okay. So come on up. Okay, grab your sticky piston and face that way with it. Grab your slime block, put it on there. Go ahead and come on down. And then up underneath here, you want to put a redstone block. Okay. And then we'll get rid of. Let me get rid of these. Okay. I have to extend my pad here a little bit, but that's all right. Okay. So now what we want to do is just go ahead and close this, and I do not have glass either. So let me grab my glass and I'll be right back. All right, so I got my glass. What we want to do, see if I can do this, is just come off here. Okay. There we go. And then we're going to do the same thing here. Okay, and then we'll see if we can do this on the other side. Whoops, that was a mistake. Okay. See if that works. We're fully enclosed. We don't really need to worry about the back side. I mean, you can put it there if you want, but you don't really need to worry about it. Okay. We should be good. Let's give it a try and see if we've got this right. See if I can see it, the sugarcane coming off of it up there. Okay. Now I have used this before and tested it, and you will get some that'll hang out in here, but you can see how fast it collects. It's not really, even if you lose a few, it's not a big deal. Not unless you're starting a giant paper company or something. So, or sugar company, I guess. So this is going to basically serve, go ahead and shut that off. This is basically going to serve as our main supply of paper for, you know, we'll use it for sugar too down the road, but when we get a, you know, a brewery going for potions, but right now we're just mainly going to use it for paper so that we can trade with our villagers and get them maxed out. Also, maybe turn it into books down the road. I do a lot of trading with my villagers for bookcases though, and then just break them down for books. But you know, if we ever get our cow farm going, this will be a great source of making books as well. And now I can get rid of all that sugarcane along my pathways over there and just rely on this. So once we get done with the sorting system, we'll go ahead and essentially tie this into that. And we'll do it the same way we did in the last episode with the cactus farm. I'll come underneath here, we'll extend our hoppers down into that hole, we'll tie it into a dropper, and we'll put a circuit on that dropper to have it kick out all this sugarcane into our water tunnel down below. So that we can collect it in our sorting system. And then I will take it out of the sorting system, turn it into paper, throw it back in the sorting system, or use it. Probably end up, of course, I'll have some sugar in my sorting system too, so we'll probably end up filling that up as well. And I don't need to have this running all the time, just basically enough to fill up my my 3 hoppers, or however many, 3 chests, or how many chests I end up designating for sugar cane or paper or sugar. So pretty simple build. That's why, like I said, give all credit to El Mango. That's why I did not want to come up with my own design, because, I mean, you see the footprint. You see how, I mean, it didn't take very long to get these materials. If you're wondering where I'm getting my slime from, you know, in my mind, I think I showed it in one of my previous episodes. I cleared out a couple areas that turned out to be slime blocks, or slime chunks, sorry, rather. And I just basically sit down there and wait for a couple of big ones to pop up, and I usually get enough for, you know, I had enough for these sticky pistons and the sticky slime block in this build within, you know, 45 minutes probably. So a lot of times I'm sitting there letting my AFK, so letting my furnaces and everything run anyway. So I just take a little bit of time while I'm hanging out and go down there and just collect some slime balls. Eventually I want to turn it into a slime farm, but none of this stuff is really all that difficult to get. If you don't have an identified slime chunk in your mine or somewhere down below like that, just go find a swamp, go there on a full moon, place a bunch of lighting, a bunch of these torches so that you can keep other mobs spawning down, and you'll get some slimes out there as well. So it's not terribly difficult to get the materials for these, and that's why I like using them. So but one last thing I want to show you, come over here, is our watermelons. So many of you may remember from my first episode, this was pretty much my first garden down in here. I don't really use it anymore, but I have been using it for some watermelons. Trying to basically just create a supply of them, because if we don't get to the sorting system in the next episode, which I really hope we are, but if we don't, that will actually be probably the next farm we build, is a pumpkin / watermelon farm. I have a villager, one of my farmer, who not only do I trade carrots with, but I also trade watermelons and pumpkins with. So it's a great source of emeralds. So it's another farm I definitely want to get going. Got some buddies in here. Got to get the lighting going in here. Tell me what you think. I'm contemplating also doing soon a mob farm. I'll probably end up building something. There's a little island not too far from here, just north of here, out that direction there, that I'm thinking about building a mob farm near. And the reason being, I'm going to need a lot of glowstone for my sorting system. Essentially, I need, just for the design I decided to use, which maybe wasn't the smartest thing in the world, but I'm going to need around 290 glowstone just for above the chests. And that's not counting what I want to put in my floor and possibly overhead. So we're talking probably 350 or so glowstone is what I'm thinking. And of course, I'm thinking about doing a mob farm because witches drop glowstone dust. But I also may just try and grind it out in the nether, gathering it up, especially with silk. Now that I've got silk touch, I probably collect it a little bit quicker. Anyway, tell me what you think about the idea of doing a mob farm. Maybe, I mean, if there are is there stuff you'd like to see me do, please let me know in the comments. Because I'm just kind of, as needs arise, I'm building farms and doing builds, and but I'd like to hear, I'd like to hear back your thoughts on what you'd like to see us build. So, all right, guys, so that's it for this episode. A little short one, but got a big project that's going to help us with our trading hall. Just basically amplify its use. We're going to hopefully start leveling up all those villagers we've got in there now to max, and the plan is, catalog their trades, and if we've got some duplicates that we don't need, or maybe some villagers don't even have any useful trades, we can go ahead and rotate them out for some more useful villagers, and keep maxing them up until we get basically 36 villagers in there, all with useful trades, and always have some good enchants and things like that at our fingertips. So hope this was helpful to you. At some point, like I said, I'm going to tie this into our sorting system, and I'll let you see that again in case you've never seen that done. We did it on our cactus farm, but maybe it's something you've forgotten. So down the road, I'll show you how we tie this into our sorting system. But for now, we'll collect a bunch of sugarcane from this. I'll get rid of the sugarcane on my paths, and this will be our sole supply, and we'll be able to make a bunch of paper from this for right now. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Give me some ideas of what you'd like to see in upcoming videos. If you did like the video, please hit that like button. And most of all, we'd love to have you as a subscriber. As I always say, it's the biggest way you can support our channel right now, being such a young and new channel. And otherwise, we'll see you next time. You guys take care.